Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here and you're watching me for the first time. Welcome. I am doing a full face of E.L.F. cosmetics today. I did do one a while back, I think like 6-7 months ago, and I wanted to do a updated one using different products. So I'm not going to ramble on too much. You guys will see the look, the products. I just have to say really quickly, I literally fell in love with almost everything. I'm not even joking. Like, it just gave me a beautiful look. So you guys will see that in today's video. So yes, if you want to see a full face of E.L.F. and see what I use, then please keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the eyes, and to prep my eyes, I'm going to be going in with the E.L.F. Shadow Lock Eyelid Primer. This is one of the best drugstore eyeshadow primers in my opinion. It is a very thin formula, which I absolutely love, and also it doesn't give color. So if you don't want anything that's going to conceal your eyelids and feel too heavy, then go in with something like this. This eyeshadow primer also prevents your eyeshadow from creasing, and it intensifies the color as well. So for my brows, I'm going to go in with also one of my favorite brow pencils from the drugstore. If not maybe my favorite, this is the E.L.F. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And this one is in deep brown, and I absolutely love this because it's literally ultra precise. It is a very, very fine tip. So I always like to start from the bottom and then flick through my brows. And this is also a really nice color. It's deep brown, so it's good if you have hair like mine. And then I'm going to take the spoolie side and then just basically almost brush out everything that I just done. Now that the brows are on, look how nice they look. I can't get over this brow pencil. It just makes it super, super nice. I am now going to go into my eyeshadow palette. So I was going to play around with the bite-sized eyeshadows, but I have played around in my videos before. This I just picked up in my haul. If you guys saw that, I did a huge haul. And I picked up this palette. It's the Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette. And I've never played around with this palette, of course, because I just picked it up, and I really want to play around with it because it has some really, really nice tones. So this is what the palette looks like. I think the first shade I'm going to go into, I'm just going to start off heavy. I'm going to go into Wise. So I'm basically just going to stamp this on the outer V and bring it outwards. So again, stamp, don't blend. Just press that colour in. We have something like that, and then now I'm going to go into this purple. This one is Easy Going, and it's like a nice grape purple, and it's also a matte. I'm taking the same brush, I'm just going to pack it on right next to it. Flipping my brush and taking Wise again, that green, and then just going over it to make sure we still have some green left and that the purple doesn't take over too much. And I'm also flipping them back and forth just to blend them. So I'm going to take Chill, and this is a metallic grape purple. It's basically like that, but a metallic version of it, and I'm going to pack it in the inner corner. Just taking a clean brush and just buffing out the edges. Next I'm taking Low Key, which is kind of like a pinky white. It has a lot of pink iridescence to it, which just ties in with the purple. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of Genuine, which is kind of like a off black, and I'm going to smoke that at the lash line very close to it. So I just have some eye makeup remover, and I'm going to remove basically this outer portion to make it very sharp. And of course concealer will clean it up further as well. I will come back to the eyes later because I don't think I'm done with them just yet, but I'm going to go into my mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras from E.L.F, and this is the Mineral Infused Mascara. Now, the reason I like this one is, first of all, the wand is really, really nice. It's not too thick like a lot of mascaras are, but also they're so lightweight on your lashes that it doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't clump. And it's also really, really easy to take off because of how lightweight it is on the lashes. Like, it almost feels like there's nothing on your eyes. This would be great if you don't wear makeup and you just want to apply mascara, then this is the mascara to use, because if you use something that's a lot more volumizing and a lot more, you know, dramatic, then it's going to look quite obvious that you have mascara on. But if you're like running to the gym or you don't want someone to know that you're wearing makeup, you can go in with something like this and it just looks super, super, super just wispy and natural. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm just going in with this and then we'll move on to the base. So for my base, okay, I absolutely love E.L.F's base products. Now I'm going to go in with two primers. So I'm going to go in with the E.L.F Retro Paradise Primer Glow Oil. And then I'm going to follow it up with the E.L.F Poreless Putty Primer, which is of course one of their best sellers. And if you haven't tried it, definitely try it out. I was a little skeptical at first, but it's really, really good. So I'm going to go in with this because I want more of a dewy base on the outside of my face, but I don't want to be dewy all over. So you guys will see what I'm going to do. But I'm basically, this is a little dropper and it's an oil and it smells really good. I'm just going to drop this right there. You will see it's just going to hydrate your skin. It's going to make your skin look really healthy. You can even wear it as skincare, underneath makeup, without makeup. And during the summer, I actually wore this on its own as well, and it gave just a beautiful glow. Depending on the day, I would put this all over and then go in with a foundation if I want a really dewy finish. But today, I'm not really feeling like I want a dewy finish. So I'm just going to leave this mainly around the outsides to be nice and dewy. But right in the center, I'm going to apply the Poreless Putty Primer. And this is basically going to smooth out the pores, any fine lines, anything like that. And it's also going to mattify the area. I like to take a really, really generous amount because I feel like once you work it into the skin, it just does the job a little better than if you were to use a little amount. If you have large pores, this would be a great product for you. Or if you get oily, they do have a matte version of this as well. And they also have a luminous version, but I just have the original, which works for me. So now that we have that on, I love that you still get a little bit of dew in some parts of the face, and then other parts it's just a little more softer from the Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm going to use the Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Alabaster. And this one, I actually really, really, really like this foundation a lot. It gives you a beautiful medium to full coverage finish, and it also does give you more of a natural finish as well. So yeah, it's a great one for all skin types. Just going to stop here and let you guys appreciate how it looks. It is so smooth. I can't get over it. And the coverage is the right amount of coverage with just one pump. And also the shade I absolutely love. Like, I absolutely love this shade, Alabaster. It does oxidize a tiny bit, as you can see. But I mean, I'll lighten it up with concealer anyway. So now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to move on to my under eyes. I have two products I'm going to use for the under eyes today. I'm going to use, of course, again, one of their best sellers, the 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Light Sand. But I'm also going to top it off with the brand new E.L.F Flawless Brightening Concealer. Flawless Brightening Concealer in Fair 15W. So I did use this in my testing new makeup video, and it was quite sheer. And I did say to you guys that I was going to use it mainly for if I were to conceal with a normal concealer and then put this right on top, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing and testing today. So we're going to go in with the E.L.F Camo Concealer first. I love, love, love this concealer. It's very creamy. It's very blendable, and also it's a complete dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, which I love. The shade is really, really good as well. I'm actually going to blend it out with also a sponge that I just bought. Never tried this out, but I know every single person loves this sponge. So this is going to be my first time using it, but I forgot to wet it and I've already applied my concealer. So I'll be right back. I'm going to wet it and then we're going to try this sponge out as well. She is nice and fluffy and damp. Let's just go in. I'm really, I don't know. what to expect. Let's see. Oh, she's very soft. I feel like this would only work. Ooh. Oh, wow. I feel like this would only work with products that are really, really creamy because it's so soft that I feel like if a product is quite, if it dries down too quickly, then it wouldn't blend out as nicely. This, I am shook. This is blending out like a filter under my eyes. My gosh, this sponge, I cannot tell you how spongy it is, but in a nice way, and it blends it out so flawlessly. Look at that. I'm shook. I'm shocked. Not only that as well, but it feels like a cushion. Like it feels like a really, really soft pillow. It's very pillowy, and it just, oh my god, it's probably like the softest sponge. I'm not joking, the softest sponge, beauty sponge that I've ever tried, hands down. Wow. So I'm going to go in with the new Flawless Brightening Concealer right over it, and then also blend it out with the sponge. So this is what it looks like, and it is a pen, and you just basically press the product to come out. So it is a clicker. Let's see if it's going to brighten nicely, or if it's just going to blend into the skin. If it's going to just blend into the skin, then I might have to go in with a lighter shade to actually buy a lighter shade. Okay, this sponge, I'm like more excited about the sponge than anything. Oh, that's nice. That's definitely brightened. That is nice. It's so thin, and it just gives me the right amount of luminosity under the eyes. And of course I did use that glowy primer, so I feel like that's also making all the products just go on really, really nice and smoothly and flawlessly. Ooh, I'm in love with it. I'm gonna go in with a powder which I've also never tried. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Light. So it is a loose powder. This is what it looks like, and this is the shade Light. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to take a tiny amount and see if it has shimmer. Okay, so it doesn't. That's great. It doesn't have any shimmer whatsoever. Let's just go straight in. As long as it doesn't have shimmer, then I'm okay with that. Okay, yeah, it definitely does have like a little bit of a luminous finish under the eyes, but nothing that's shimmery. That's really nice. I know it's quite hard to tell because I did apply like a dewy primer underneath, but I'll be testing out in another video, maybe with a matte finish, and see if it really does give like a luminous finish. But I definitely can tell that there's a little bit of luminosity coming from the powder. Nothing too crazy. I actually thought it was going to be a lot more luminous. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice because it means that it's going to give you some dimension under the eyes, and it's not going to make you look super matte and cakey and drying under the eyes. So if you suffer with dry under eyes, or if you do have really dry skin, or even if you just don't want like a flat matte powder under the eyes and you want a little bit of life, a little bit of light, then this would be a great setting powder for under the eyes, or even all over, to be honest. Like, I don't see any problem with setting this all over your face because there's no shimmer in it. So yeah, that I can definitely see now. It definitely has like a really, really, really nice, just light, luminous finish. It gives me life into my skin. So I am going to go in with a powder to set the rest of my face, and I'm going to go in with one of my favorite Holy Grail powders recently this year that I actually discovered. This is the E.L.F. Beautifully Bare Sheer Tint Powder, and this is in Fair/Light. This is one of the most beautiful, just lightweight powder without adding too much coverage. It just looks very, very, very smooth and soft on the skin, and it sets your foundation nicely. It does have a little tint of color, that's why it's called sheer tint, but nothing like a really crazy colored powder. Next, for my bronzer and blusher, I'm going in with the Blush and Bronzing Duo in Fiji, and they are both mattes. So I'm taking the bronzer and I'm just sweeping that in the cheekbone area. You get 2 in 1 first of all, but also these shades really complement each other and they're matte and the formula is really, really great. It's not chalky, there's no fallout. It just looks super smooth, as you can see. And it's not too orangey either. So I am also going to go in with the blusher. And I don't know if it will go with the look. Let's see. It's too late now to turn back. Oh yeah, that's really nice. So I'm not going to apply a highlighter today. I do have E.L.F highlighters, the baked highlighters, but I really just want to keep this look, I don't know, just like this without adding like a shimmery highlight. I feel like you already get the luminosity from the brightening concealer, from the powder and from the primer, so, and the foundation. So I think I'm just going to keep it naturally luminous from the base. I'm going to take a little bit of the sheer tint powder, which is that one, and then I'm just going to run it on the brow bone because I do have a little bit of redness and veining that I want to cover up. I'm going to take a little bit of warm, which is like a nice chocolate brown, and run that along the lash line. And then also take a little bit of smooth, which is basically just a darker, more cool toned brown, and keep that right on the outer corner. So we have two options. We have these two lippies. We have the Srsly Satin lipstick in Creme, which we could go for, or Taffy, which is a new one that I just picked up. Or maybe mix the two. So Taffy looks like this. A little too much. I'm just gonna go in with Creme, and these, I've raved about them before. They are amazing, amazing drugstore lippies. It literally just covers up that redness. They're super pigmented. And then I'm going to top it off with a gloss. We're going to use the E.L.F Retro Paradise Dream On Lip Gloss in the shade A Moment, which, can we just appreciate how beautiful this looks? And I'm just going to apply that right on top. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like watermelon. And this has little pink and gold sparkle running through it. Oh, I love this look. So do let me know what you guys think. I know it's something different. I just wanted to go for something different. So yes, leave me your thoughts down below on this look and on the products. Leave me your thoughts down below. I fell in love with almost every single one of these products, but the two that really stood out to me was, of course, the sponge. I don't know why, but this sponge is so good. You guys need to go and get it. I'm not even kidding. And also the Halo Glow powder. I honestly wasn't expecting much out of it, but now looking at like my under eye, it just looks super smooth and just luminous. Like I feel like my under eye is just looking radiant, or it just kind of like adds a little bit of life into my skin. Like I don't look really flat, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I feel like those two, like the combo of the powder, the concealer and the sponge, beautiful under eyes, smooth looking under eyes, radiant, hydrating. So yes, definitely get that little combo. But yes, leave me all your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think, and also comment down below what is your favorite E.L.F product. If you own anything from E.L.F, then what is one of your favorite products from E.L.F? I would love to know. So hope everyone is staying safe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.